Hey guys, this is gonna be a raw, authentic video. No Maribord, no crazy captions. It's gonna be just me speaking directly to you guys on how I help my client book 2 to 3 calls consistently without spending a dime, a penny, or any money on ads. Just using one simple funnel and a couple of other techniques that I think it would help you guys a lot if you're a coach or anything. So firstly, who I am, who am I? Why are you even watching this video? Why should you trust me? My name is Kashan. I'm an Infoproduct growth operator. I've been in this space for around 3-4 months. For the past 4 months, I'm gonna be honest, I've been literally just trying to hone my skills on doing free work. And then now I'm at that stage where I don't have to do free work because I have enough case studies and client results. But the person I worked with, like how I booked him 2 to 3 calls, I kind of reached out to him first saying, hey man, like, let's start an Infoproduct growth or like community, right? Than the normal offer. And he said, hey, I'm already working with someone on this. Like, how about we go and do something else, something more high ticket? Because he's a fitness coach. Not that many fitness coaches charge that much money, only like $1,000. So I kind of told him like, I don't really like the fitness industry, like the fitness coaching industry, because you can barely charge 3-4K. I know a few people that are actually charging that much. High retainers, they're making over like 80K a month. So I told him like, wow, why are you charging only 1K? So we kind of switched up his offer. Actually, I'll go into his offer part a bit later, but the first thing that we actually did was we tightened up his sales system. Don't mind, I'm going to be reading out some notes here that I've put down for this video. So the first thing that we actually did is build his sales system. So he was never really in online business or had that much experience with business before, like online space. He didn't really know like the funnels. In his mind, he just thought creating content that goes viral is the way. And I don't blame him because he was an influencer before, right? He's actually one of the biggest influencers in Australia. But he wanted to switch over to the fitness industry because that's one of his main skills. So we're like, okay, that's fine. So he had demand already coming in when we were helping him create content, right? People were hitting him up, asking him to how do I lose weight? How do I gain muscle, right? But the thing is, they were trickling out. And what I mean by that is he would get people hitting him up, but when it'd come to the time where he'd have to book in, like qualify them in the DMs, book in a call, or even just essentially like get them on the call and even them to show up ready to pay, it was very hard. These people only wanted to just talk to him and get access to him, right? Because he's some big influencer. So when I'd get me or like an appointment setter to reply to these people, it'd normally just be me or him, my client, people just go crazy that he replied, right? So me and him kind of realized that, there's too many time wasters. We got to figure out a system where we can get people ready to show up and ready to pay. And what I did is, we did this thing where I gave him this appointment setting script, inbound appointment setting script. So every time when someone liked, commented, even followed, or even when someone like hit him up, we would essentially qualify them straight away in the DMs. We wouldn't send them to a link, any onboarding form or anything. We literally just qualify them in the DMs, send them voice notes, act conversational, and then get them on the call. And the first couple of questions I remember we'd ask is, what do you do for work? And how much do you have to invest? That would be one of the first couple of questions, but we would say in a way where it doesn't come across salesy, right? And when we'd say this, we would know that if they're qualified and how much money they have to actually invest. So if they'd say $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, we would automatically book them in for a call. And once we book them in for the call, right, if they're qualified, we would automatically dial them up. We'd send them the Calendly link first, the Calendly link. And then once we'd have a couple of qualifying questions in the Calendly link, which would qualify them even more. And as soon as they book the call, either me, a dialer, or even my client would ring them up instantly. We'd ring them up within 5 minutes and then just qualify them again. Make like essentially hyping up the call even more. So I did this a couple of times and I'd essentially just call them up and like, hey, like I see you booked in a call with my client. I'm the sales admin, or I'm his assistant. Just want to let you know, like, he's super pumped for the call. We have a couple of things ready for you. And I just ask a little bit more questions again, like, hey, like, is this something that you'd want to start now or in 6 months? Like, essentially getting to know if this is a priority for them, if they actually have the funds, so they're not time wasters, and if they have any experience with the gym or just other basic questions. And at the end of the call, we just hype up the call even more by saying, hey, brother, we made this free 90-day roadmap for you that my client's going to be showing you on the actual call. be ready to show up because it's insane. We've been working on it for the past day, and you're gonna love it. Say that, and then before the call ends, I kind of made this. I saw this method. No one's really doing this type of method. I actually found this on a small YouTube channel, so big up to that guy. I kind of forgot his name, but what it is, it's called the group chat method. A lot of big people are doing this. So what it is, right? At the end of the call, what I'd say is, at the end, I'd be like, hey, brother, I'm going to get you into a group chat with me and the client, and essentially just going over what the call is going to be looking like, what you should be expecting, what the call's, essentially just explaining what the call is going to be looking like, and essentially just hyping up the call, right? And with us doing this, it's going to make them want to show up even more and be ready to pay. So as soon as I get off the phone, I add them to the group chat on either Instagram or WhatsApp. Most likely the best option would be Instagram. I'd add them to the group chat with me and my client. I would send a voice note, introducing myself, just essentially introducing myself again, and just saying what the call's gonna be about, who I am, how I'm gonna be somehow related to this, and how he's gonna be working with my client. Just essentially waffling, kind of like just introducing myself and just going on about it. And then the main part is getting my client, your client, or if you're a coach or whatever, you going in and actually sending a long voice note, introducing yourself, being hella pumped up for the call. Be like, hey, I'm actually excited to call you. Me and my team have built something insane for you. It's this free 9-day roadmap. Or you don't have to say 9-day roadmap. You could just say, we have this special free gift for you that I'll show you on call. And then, yeah, just essentially like selling them even more. Like saying, hey, like, can't wait to start working with you. Just hyping up the call even more. And then they're going to probably be, the prospects are going to probably be even more pumped now. It's like, oh shit, like these guys are actually legit. I just got a call from them. Now I'm in a group chat. I'm actually excited to hop on a call. And then now from us doing this, we're going to be in their mind, right? Like let's compare us doing this model and then you just sending them a calendar invite and just sending no follow-up automations or nothing like that. They're going to most likely want to hop on a call with this system and be ready to pay. Right, because we're spending more time with them. The more time you spend with your prospect, the more likely they're gonna buy from you. That's how it works. And yeah, after my client would send that voice note, the prospect would end up sending another voice note that would probably end up I don't even know how to speak English anymore. My prospect would probably end up sending a voice note. Some people don't because they're a bit shy, but most people end up just getting pumped for it. They're like, oh, yeah, like I'm actually so excited to work. And then over the next 24 hours before the call, the prospect's actually more engaged and they're more likely to hop on a call because they're hitting you up now. That's what happened with me. There was this one prospect, we did this group chat method, we dialed them up, and then I remember after me and my client sent that voice note, he just started hitting me up personally. He's like, hey man, like what's a free gift? I'm so excited for this call. He literally spam called us. I remember he'd spam call me, he'd spam call my client. It was actually annoying, but we ended up closing. So yeah, that's kind of what we did as well. That method. So the dialing up, kindly asking the specific questions, qualifying them in the DMs even more, and then adding them to the group chat. Right? And you don't have to use Go High Level to use like follow-up automations with us. Sorry about that, guys. My storage got too full, so I had to delete a couple of things. But anyway, what I was saying was, you don't have to use Go High Level or any expensive softwares to do these follow-up automations. You can even buy the subscription of Calendly, and I'll do it for you. It's like $10, $11 a month, which is way more cheaper than Go High Level. And yeah, or another way, if you want to do it for free, if you do this group chat method and dial-up method, you can send follow-ups in that group chat as well, and you can even call them up. Now you have their phone number through like the qualifying questions you asked in the Calendly, right? So you have their phone number, right? You can text them, call them, and you're in a group chat with them. So it just makes it way easier to follow up now. And for me, what we did is we would follow up an hour before the call and 24 hours before the call. We wouldn't do like a week before, 3 days before. With me and all my clients, what I did was, even with this one, the fitness coach, we made sure the prospect could only book in a call 48 hours in advance of the day they were booking in. So then it makes it way easier and there's a higher chance of them showing up and ready to get closed, right? Because let's say if you did, like a week from now, they're gonna most likely forget, and you're most likely gonna forget about the call as well. So 48 hours, even 24, I know a couple people do 24 hours as well. So 24 hours to 48 hours rolling from now is the best time to make like prospects book. But yeah, that's the main thing that we did. We did like another thing as well. Let me quickly bring it up. Oh, another thing is the content. That was a huge pillar to why we were booking three to five calls a day. So what happened was, before we started working with him, like I started working with him, he was just creating motivational content. And I don't really blame him. Like a lot of fitness coaches just think, oh, motivational content is the way to go because it's gonna go viral. But he was still getting people hitting him up. So I told him, we need to switch things up. I told him, we need to get on YouTube. We need to post educational content on Instagram. And we're still not on YouTube yet. We're still trying to get that up and running. But with Instagram, what we did, we started creating like we were breaking limiting beliefs. So I tell him like, hey, create content like the best foods to eat, right? That's surface level, right? First, start making a couple of videos of that. And then we'd go down this rabbit hole of creating, or like how I gained 5 kilograms of muscle in 60 days or something like that, right? You start from, or how to how I did this, and then like client results, right? So let me say that again. You would say, an example of this would be like, 10 best foods for bulking. And the next wave of content would be like, how this one protein shake helped me gain 3 kilograms of muscle in 60 days. And then the next wave of videos would be like a client result video, client case study video that he'd post on his Instagram story, or even like as a post, right? And with these 3 things, what we did, we got so many more replies and people that were actually wanting to work with us. Because before, when we were just creating motivational content, he wasn't really going hard on Instagram stories. It was just TikTok and Instagram. He was getting a lot of time wasters, right? I remember like we'd qualify them and they'd just have no money. They'd be just like 16, 17, 18-year-old kids that had no money, right? But once we did this shift of not creating like entertainment content, we took this type of content that breaks down limiting beliefs, right? People that had money and that were qualified would hit us up, right? And that made the whole process much easier. I remember there'd be times where we'd hop on calls, or my client would hop on calls with these prospects and no one would turn up, right? Because there was no sales system, there was no good content system that convert them. And another huge thing that I'm still trying to get my client onto, right, is Instagram story sequences. Instagram story sequences is by far the most important aspect. It's literally the backbone of this whole content thing, right? So I've been in the content industry before. I used to be a video editor. I used to have my own content agency, right? Not anymore. So I know what works and what doesn't. And I told him, like, the more your face is out there on Instagram stories, the more people are going to buy from you because they're spending more time with you. Same thing on YouTube. You can't post 5-10 videos a day on Reels, right? Like you can, but it just takes way too much time. But you know what you can do? You can post 5 to 10 times, even 20 times a day on Instagram stories, right? And these stories wouldn't just be stupid little things of you just, I don't know, you working or whatever. It'd be like you working out. It would be you eating food, you just giving straight value in your Instagram story sequences. Asking Q&As, doing story posts that people can actually interact with, like an emoji or something like that. And then over time, when a specific amount of people would keep liking the stories, like the same people keep liking the stories over time, we would literally hit them up personally, send them voice notes, and we'd qualify them and just book them in for a call. Because these people that keep liking our stories, but they're too scared to hit us up, right? The main people that keep engaging with our personal brand, those are the people that actually want to buy, and they're like the committed people that want to work with you. So we would leverage that. We'd post a lot of stories, engaging, entertainment kind of stories, but also Q&As that people could interact with, that would essentially build trust and just make them spend more time with us, like ask them questions, like Q&As, right? And then these people, right, send them voice notes, qualify them in DMs, and then get them on a call and close them, right? So the thing is, why this works so well is, like I said already, they spent so much time with us on Instagram story reels, on Instagram reels, TikTok as well. I don't really condone TikTok that much for like this type of thing that we were doing, but we still did it. TikTok, Instagram, and Instagram Instagram stories, right? They were just in the ecosystem of just seeing our videos, seeing our stories, they'd like it, and then we'd hit them up, and they'd be ready to buy. They'd be ready. We could literally close them in the DMs. We haven't done that just yet, but inshallah we do that soon. But yeah, that was the 2 main pillars that we did. Let me quickly go through. And yeah, that's actually the main 2 things. We did this in less than like 4 weeks as well, right? It was just the sales system and a content system, right? And that's not just what I helped them with. I did like another thing, but we're gonna be working way more longer, 6 months, even maybe a year, right? Way longer. But I try to kind of share on YouTube like what's been happening because I haven't been active in a while. So yeah, first month we're already doing consistent 3 to 5 calls a day. What my plan is for this fitness coach is I want to start this Infoproduct community, right? And I don't see any fitness coaches doing this, right? So I'm letting you guys in on all the source what my whole thought process is with this right now. So I'm thinking we create this Infoproduct paid community. We charge 3, 4, 5. We charge like 3.5k, even 4k USD up front. We get 8 to 10 people to join in. We give them a community of winners, like tribe members, winners. We give them course content and then just weekly access, weekly networking calls, or just one-on-one access with the client. And with that, I can easily charge 3.5 to 4k. Because I know I personally, like, fitness coaches have hit me up, right? And they've hit me up and they say, hey man, I'm not making that much money. I wanna do what you're trying to say. Like, I want to create this Infoproduct community, but not that many people are hitting me up. They're just stuck in this rut, right? But the best way to get out of that is literally just keep posting content, keep engaging with your audience. This is for any coach. Like, I don't just work with fitness coaches, right? So that's my plan right now with this coach, just getting them up to 50k a month and even beyond. To create this Infoproduct paid community, high ticket of course, and then once we get these people results in the 90 days, we'll create another Infoproduct paid community and just upsell them to that and charge. We could even charge 8k. I know the person that my client was working with before, like the trainer 101, his mentor, did this exact same thing that I'm telling you right now, but it was for personal trainers. But yeah, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't want my clients making only like 5, 10, 15k a month, right? When they're sitting on like a gold mine where they could be making 50, 30, even 80k a month, right? And I think this is the new wave of where coaches are trying to go. Even the fitness coaching industry, this is very early on. No, I don't see that many fitness coaches doing this. I'm trying to implement this Infoproduct community thing into my client's business ASAP, his personal brand, like ASAP, because there's just so much potential. But the steps, my plan is before I do that, I need to get a bit more demand, right? Because he just started creating content a month and a half ago from now, right? So the plan is to just keep running up with this normal offer, the 1k offer, 1.5k offer. And then once we have way more demand coming in, like people hitting him up and just way more views and just engagement, and once he starts creating content on YouTube, I want to get this like Infoproduct thing, high ticket Infoproduct thing out there as soon as possible. But I'll keep you guys updated though, like the main thing why this worked so well, like sales system and content system. And if you guys want to implement this yourselves, I highly recommend just do these 2 things, right? Content, just get people into your ecosystem, and the sales system, get them in through the back end of the business and just close, right? And that's pretty much it. That's how I scaled. That's how I helped my client book 3 to 5 calls a day. Like, I'll put up screenshots within these videos and show you. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. I'm going to be posting more content soon. Give me a couple of suggestions on what I should post. And if you're a coach, online creator, and if you want to implement this type of system and go the Infoproduct community way, just hit me up on Instagram. It's in the bio. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day.